Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Clouds and welcome back to my channel. And today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different on Deepwoken. I've actually been thinking about this video idea for a while now, but I've just been kind of holding it off for some time because I just needed some time to think of exactly what I wanted to do. But we're going to be doing 10 things that need to be added to Deepwoken. Now this is just completely my opinion. I think these are 10 things that could help the game out a lot in my opinion. Or, you know, things that I'd like to see in the game, really. So I guess it's kind of like an open discussion video. I would like to see what you guys would want added to the game in the comments down below. So feel free to share your opinions on that down below. But yeah, getting into the first one. The first thing I think that should actually be added to the game, and I think this is actually a decent idea, it is either a trade hub or a trade GUI. Right now, there's like a big thing with scammers going on in trading. It's kind of like the old GPO style where you drop a item on the floor and then, you know, the other person drops an item on the floor and then you guys go get it. The problem with this is that there's a lot of scammers, and considering the way Deepwoken is, the trade community could be a huge thing for the game, I believe. I think it could be an advantage having like a trade hub or trade GUI. Now with the trade GUI, I feel like the best way they could go about this is like making it a command where you put like ! trade and then it just pulls up a trade GUI screen on top. You guys place your items in, and then you guys both trade. Something kind of like, you know, how they have it in MMOs. Specifically, what I have in mind right now is like World of Warcraft, where you know, can trade with someone by putting in a command or whatever, or tapping on their name, and then it pulls up a trade GUI. I think this would be a lot better than adding like a trade room specifically. This way you can trade anywhere instead of having to like go to a specific place. But then again, having a trade hub also has its benefits, like having a safe zone where you can attack. That way you don't risk getting scammed and everything. So yeah, that's the first thing I think I would like to see added to the game. I think this is, you know, a pretty decent change, not gonna lie to you. So yeah, second thing I actually would think would be a good thing is more daggers / guns. There's hardly any daggers or guns in the game right now. Like looking at the wiki, just looking at the amount of daggers there are and guns there are compared to the amount of medium weapons and heavy weapons there are. There's so much heavy weapons, there's so much more medium weapons there is daggers, and it makes it to the point where it's almost like it's really kind of rare sometimes to get a dagger from a chest. I also believe there needs to be more like better daggers. Daggers are also the only weapon in the game that doesn't have a legendary. We have the curved blade of winds, you know, we have the hero elemental sword, which are both mediums, and then we have the crypt blade, which is a heavy, but there's no legendary weapon for dagger or gun. So I feel like that should definitely be changed. There needs to be some love for our light weapon users. I've been getting into light weapon a lot more lately, and honestly it's really fun. One of the daggers I just got recently was this Cerulean dagger right here, which, you know, my boy Crollo and Hunter use that, so you know how to get it. But regardless, I think there needs to be more daggers. You know, the game just came out a month ago, so obviously I think they're obviously going to add more daggers over time. But this is definitely something I'd like to see more of in the game, more daggers, because, you know, even though us light users are kind of a small breed, there's still some of us out there. I don't know why I'm considering myself a light user. I just started using it. But yeah, that's the second thing I would like added. Like, I think this is definitely something that, you know, needs to be bring more attention upon. You know, daggers, we need better daggers and we need more daggers. Same with guns. Gun users, there's hardly any of them, but you know, for the few that there are, I think they deserve a little more gun choices because there's hardly any in the game right now. Alright, so this one right here is kind of self-explanatory. I heard somewhere on a sneak that they are planning to add this to the game, but it is ranked. Right now in the game, there's not much end game content to do. Once you're max level, you've got your bell, you've got your murmur, and you're, you know, all decked out and geared out. There's not much to do left in the game other than farm for enchants. And after the enchant nerf that they did the other day, it's almost kind of pointless to actually waste your time farming for enchants, because most of the enchants just aren't even good. So right now, end game, there's kind of not much to do other than just go out world PvP, but then you're risking, you know, losing all your progression and all your hours and stuff like that. I know Deepwoken is a game where you're not meant to have a character forever, but you know, not everybody is willing to put up their character just like that. So I think adding a ranked mode, and a ranked mode where you don't lose your lives would be nice. Now, the reason I would say don't lose your lives is because this would just be more of a casual mode for people to practice on PvP. They could have two types of different ranked modes if they want. One that's more hardcore, where if you die in ranked, you actually lose a life, and you can potentially wipe from ranked. And then one was more casual, where you just go in ranked, and then you just obviously 1v1. I think it'd be cool if they also added potential rewards, like if you win, you get notes, or maybe a chest that could have a range of different weapons. So I think that would be a good idea. Now, I'm pretty sure ranked already is coming anyways, but I just thought to put it on this list just because it kind of just makes sense. You know, ranked is something that would be really good for endgame and reinvigorate that endgame content that we've been searching for, All right, so the next thing, this is actually an idea I found from a comment, and if I can find the comment, I'll put it up on the screen to give credit or whatever. But this dude commented to this, and I thought this was actually a very good idea. He said vaults, adding vaults. So right now in the bank, there's already an option for a vault, but it currently doesn't work. So they obviously need to fix that. But having a vault would be awesome, like a vault to store things. Now, obviously, if you wipe your character, everything in your vault disappears. But what a vault would specifically be used for, carry items that you wouldn't have to worry about losing in the event you die. Now, like I said, obviously, if you wipe, your bank account's gone or whatever, you lose all your stuff. But have you ever been in a situation where you're holding a really rare weapon you can't wear yet, you're trying to train up to get it, and then you die and you end up losing it? Well, if you could use a vault, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Now, how they could balance it out, I guess you would have to put notes in. They probably should make the amount of notes you need to use it a bit high, like I don't know, like 1,000 notes to start the vault or whatever, and then you gotta pay notes every once in a while to keep it active, otherwise you lose your items, something like that, just to make it interesting and make it, keep that hardcore level of it. That way you're not just holding items in there forever. I don't know, but I think this is a really good idea. Adding vaults would actually help and benefit a lot of players, in my opinion. The next thing I would like to see are more and unique elements. Again, this was kind of also self-explanatory. This is something that's just going to get added to the game over time. But some of the elements that I thought of, I was kind of looking up different types of elements they could add. Earth is definitely one of them. Earth would be very interesting to see in the game, in my opinion. I'd love to see Earth. Water, I feel like water on paper probably sounds broken, bro. Like low key, like it sounds broken. It sounds broken because the whole game is based around the sea and voyaging and everything like that. So water would probably be busted, but sound could also be another one. Light, arcane. If you guys have ever played World of Warcraft, I think I'll put a little clip of showing what arcane looks like. It's kind of like mage, kind of like frost draw, except like more. I don't even know how to describe arcane, bro, but you guys get the gist. And poison, more unique elements like that would be dope to see, instead of just the usual, common elements that we see in every game. Not that the elements we have right now are bad. Obviously, we have like a unique one, shadow, but every game, every RPG game has fire, thunder. You get the gist. So yeah, more elements would be dope. Next one, and this is something that I could actually see them doing. Like above everything on this list, this is one thing that I can 100% see them doing. A luck bar, the ability to see luck. So recently they just added an update where you have the ability to see your reputation with certain factions. So let's say you're helping the Etrian guards out. If they're pleased with their actions, you'll see a little notification on top of your screen that says Etris is pleased with your actions or something like that. And it'll let you know that your reputation with that is increasing. So let's say there was some sort of luck bar or luck indicator to show just how much luck you have. I feel like that would actually help a lot of players out in the sense that you have an idea of how much luck you need to get through rare cards and stuff like that. This would also help with players ganking low levels. This would also help with bell progression, knowing when you're about to get your bell and everything like that. So I think something like this could actually help out a lot of players. A luck bar or a luck notification that lets you know that you've got a lot of luck, or you got a little bit amount of luck, you got a lot to luck to lose, if that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think about that one. Next one, this one is more of a quality of life thing. It's not really that big of a deal. You kind of just adjust to this feature in the game eventually, but make an option for friendly fire against guild members. In Grand Peace Online, there's an option to where you can turn on and off guild or crew PvP. This makes it to where you can either hit your crew members, or if you want to, you can make it so none of the crew members can hit each other. They need to do this in Deepwoken because as of right now in Deepwoken, crews are kind of pointless. There's very few reasons to actually be in a crew in Deepwoken, other than the fact of maybe being able to spawn at your crewmates' ships. That is definitely a dope feature, I won't lie to you. It helps out sometimes. But I feel like if they had an ability to make it to where crew friendly fire is off, this would make crew wars even more fun, because crew wars right now, they are fun, but it can get a little annoying sometimes. And this is also why going in big groups together is also kind of annoying sometimes, because a lot of times when you guys are farming together in big groups, you'll just end up hitting each other constantly, and then sometimes you'll end up wiping because your teammates. It's just really annoying sometimes, and I feel like having a friendly fire option where you could turn it on or off would definitely help a lot of players, because at the end of the day, like, why am I hitting my guildmate? It doesn't make sense. Like, what's the point of the guild if I'm going to be able to hit each other anyways? But I also understand that they probably want it to be like that. That way team battles are balanced, because when you're in a team battle, obviously you risk hitting your own teammate. This makes it more balanced, because that's how it'd be in real life, you know what I'm saying? In real life, if you're fighting a team battle with a bunch of weapons, you're not just gonna have some magical shield around you. I do understand why they have it the way they did, but this was something I'd like to see in the game, you know, a friendly fire option. Alright, so this one is kind of controversial. I said this in a video where, I think it was this video right here. I love DEEPWOKEN, but I was talking about the lag, and this thing that I would like to see added is putting up the servers to reduce lag. This would significantly help with ping and lag, because part of the world would be in a different server. Now let me explain why I think this would be a good idea and why I don't think it would affect the gameplay much. While yes, it would affect the exploration aspect of it a little bit, it wouldn't that much. And here's the reason why I'm telling you this. If they split up the world into different servers, it would help the ping significantly, because the world wouldn't be so big. There wouldn't be as much to load in, so it wouldn't lag as much. Now, the one way they could go about this is like similar way to GPO, how GPO added second sea. They made it this way, so you're still exploring. You still have to find the gate to go to second sea, but it's just when you get to that gate, you automatically teleport to the second sea server. They did it this way because the GPO world was getting too big, it was becoming too laggy, so they needed to split them up. And I think GPO was pretty smart to do it this way, and I think DEEPWOKEN could do it this way as well. And it wouldn't affect much, because let's be honest, when you're out in the fast current, no one's really fighting out there anyways, which is where I feel they should add the portal to the second server, out in the fast sea, not in the dead seas. I feel like it should only be out in the fast sea, and that way you still have the exploration factor. You're still having to go to the area. One thing I feel like they should make it so is that you can't teleport in combat, that way to stop runners and everything like that. So they could really do it however they want, but I personally believe that this would help the game and a lot of people's connections issues with the game. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, next one, this one's also kind of self-explanatory. I know I added quite a bit of obvious stuff, but more islands. Right now in the game, there's not much to do end game. A lot of people have said this. You know, I've had friends that say this, testers. You know, you go to Agamatsu's video, he even said it. End game, there's not much. Once you've gotten to level 60, you gotten most of your stuff, there's not much for you to do. So I feel like if they added more islands, more content, more bosses, ranked, obviously all that, there would be a lot more end game content for players. It'd be a lot more fun towards the end of the game, because at the end of the game, there's really not much to do other than PvP. And once you've gotten everything you need, you get to a point where there's not really much reason to PvP either. Like, there's no use for luck anymore, because you're max. You can't get any more cards. You know, you've gotten all the gear you need. You gotten all the highest gear you need, so you can't PvP for that. So I guess at that point, you're just doing it for glory. Which, if you do like PvP like that, then that's fine. But some people want more of a purpose in the game, want more of like a reason to play the game rather than just like, you know, doing PvP for fun, because obviously that's also risking your character, and like I said earlier, some people don't like doing that. So yeah, you know, more islands, more content, obviously kind of, you know, obvious. But this getting into the last thing I would like to add to the game, this is a more unique thing: mounts. In most MMORPGs, we have, you know, things like mounts where you can ride like horses or dragons, or, you know, whatever it is. So you can get creative with the mounts, but I think mounts in DEEPWOKEN will actually be very cool to see. That would be dope, bro, being able to just ride on an animal. And since it's like old times, they could do you know, different types of animals. Like, it would be dope to ride like on a camel or something, or like a horse, you know, or some exotic animal, because, you know, it's DEEPWOKEN. They have tons of crazy creatures. They could really get wild with it. Like, imagine if they added a feature to where you could catch animals. Like if you just caught a crab or something, bro, or you just caught a what's that? I don't even know what that thing's called, but the little crazy crab thing. I don't know, man. I'm just really kind of thinking about this. I've been wanting to do this video for quite a bit now. Like I said in the beginning, I've just been kind of thinking on it and thinking about what I should put on this list. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys would want to add into DEEPWOKEN, and let me know if you guys liked any of the stuff I put in here. It's been your boy Clouds, and I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.